There are two links beneath this video, the first one of which is where you give me your Instagram URL and your website, and I get in there and I critique it, which I'm about to do right now, to 15 people. The second link is an offer to a promotion that I'm running that I'm going to take offline too soon because it's an outrageous offer that's far too cheap, but don't click on that one yet. Instead, give me the next few minutes to go over these 15 random profiles that I've actually got ChatGPT to pick at random, so you know that I'm not picking them because they're good or they're bad or whatever. And you see if the advice that I give these businesses would suit you enough to join my program. And if not, that's also completely fine. So these were picked by ChatGPT. As you can see, I asked them to, and I got it to hide their email addresses. Let's begin with Hamza. Get.stronk. Not sure on that. Not mad on that. Fitness that fits you. Get.stronk. Look, to begin with, right? I don't know who you are, so that should be your personal brand. Now, if your name's Hamza, that's quite a cool name, right? So you should be like Hamza, whatever. This picture is never going to represent your brand better than you. Got a good beard going on. If this is going to be who represents your brand and content, why does it not represent your brand up here? This just isn't something I want to follow. That looks like an elephant falling over on a treadmill. That's not what I'm buying into. It's not an elephant that's going to turn up and PT me online. Now, you should have made your bio shorter here, so this bit doesn't have to be that. In real life and online coaching, let me tell you now, the amount of people on the internet is so much bigger than the amount of people that are going to coach with you in real life. All your marketing online should aim towards getting people as an online client. Some people will find out where you train. Let's have a look.
This kind of video actually really pisses me off.
Are you tired of your chicken breast tasting just like stringy and overcooked and kind of gross? Well, here's 3 mistakes you're probably making.
I don't like where people say, here are 3 mistakes. Here are 3 mistakes you're probably making. Just get into it. And what's the outcome that I want from this? You should say something like, how to make your chicken taste better. That could be like a statement hook. Then the next thing is, if you're anything like me and you want to stay in shape and stay relatively lean, we have to eat a lot of protein, which means a lot of chicken. But there's a problem. That chicken can taste stringy, disgusting, and rank. So let me give you some ways that we can make it better. Then you give them number 1, number 2, number 3. Because a lot of the time people do get drawn into it going, here's 5 ways that you can improve your squat. Number 1, raise your heels. Don't know why I'm speaking an accent, but I'm like, bro, if that's such a good point, just make it its own video, where it could have been like, if you're someone that struggles to sit deep in a squat, here's a hack that you may not have thought about. Raising your heels artificially creates dorsiflexion in the ankle, and that means blah, 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 blah. Then rather than giving me 5 things and taking 5 topics and kind of giving them to me shit, just give me 1 good one, and that's 5 reels instead of 1. But let me listen.
And how to fix it. First mistake, bit of a hot take. The breast is too big. The thicker the breast is, the...
Okay, if the first point is the breast is too big, do you ever struggle with sometimes the breast being too big? Not like that. I mean, with your chicken. You know, there's some fun here. There's some banter that you just overlooked a little bit.
less evenly it'll cook when you actually put it on a heat source. So there's 2 options to reduce this. 1, go ahead and slice it into a cutlet, significantly smaller, so it's going to cook evenly.
Okay, so you've picked as the first thing to tell me about that if the chicken is too big to cut it in half. Do you understand that if I'm watching this and I'm getting to this point and I've listened to your introduction, I'm like, yeah, come on, bro, tell me. Your first point, no offense, is just a bit shit.
On both sides, you also have more surface area to season. Option 2, take a mallet and beat your meat.
Again, you've said beating the meat here, and there's no banter. When it comes to getting in shape, it's important that you beat your meat, and also to appreciate that sometimes breasts can be too big. Not like that. I mean with chicken. Let me explain. First of all, if your chicken's too big, cut it in half. More surface area for seasoning. Second of all, beat your meat. Yeah, in the kitchen. Yeah, when your friends are here. Yeah, whatever. Not like that. This is what I'm saying. There are points here that we've just kind of overlooked, and we could have delivered that a lot quicker.
And then you're probably gonna be like, oh, but what if I don't have a hammer? Fry pan. If it worked for Flynn Rider, it works for us.
See, there's a bit of banter there.
And then you make it smart, like, oh, but I don't have a fry pan, in which case you probably shouldn't be watching this video. But if you don't have a fry pan, John Daniels. Unwrap, and we've got a beautiful cutlet here. It's gonna be so much easier to cook. Mistake number 2, you're not salting your chicken. So take whatever salt you want and generously, I mean generously, like 4 finger pinches. I could explain to you how animal proteins are 70% water, and that means you start keep them.
Yeah, so I feel like we could have just made that a little bit better, if I'm honest, but it's not terrible. You know, I just think we could have come out with, eating chicken is really important. Here's ways to make it easier.
Today we're gonna make a cocktail with strawberry monster. So instead of ice, we're gonna use frozen.
With this one, why would be my question.
Now we try the gel. Today we're gonna make a cocktail with strawberry monster. So instead of ice, we're gonna use frozen fruit.
What's the problem here? Like, I've had strawberry Monster. Now, I have my own energy drink business, and let me tell you this, Monster is amazing, tastes delicious, love it. But never have I had a can and gone, I wish this was with ice and with fruit. So I don't understand the problem it's solving.
Okay, I think it's strawberry and orange flavor. I mean,
don't care. I want you to imagine we're gonna go through the next few reels like I've never seen you before, which 8 billion people haven't.
I found these at the grocery store.
Don't care.
No, I was recently on a road trip to Montreal.
Don't care.
Today, we're testing Truly's high protein.
Don't care.
Have you ever wondered, how can I piss off every single South Asian person I know?
Good hook.
Under $10? Today, we are testing.
Don't care. So if we can get hooks in front of people that they care about, like the chicken one. That's why it's done best. That's why it's one of your pinned posts, right? Oh, it's not a pinned post.
Are you tired of your chicken?
So you haven't posted since October 21st. 2025. It's 11 weeks ago, brother. I'll tell you why people don't post, because what they're doing isn't working. So if you get that working, look, I would go to your website and give you some feedback, but let's do a deal. If you can't be bothered to post content, I can't bother to go to your website. Moving on. Edward. Discover Paragon. Paragon Studio. Bespoke, sustainable gym products. Made in the UK. With premium natural materials. Okay, I'm gonna... Interesting. 20,000 followers. Interesting.
Just breathe it in. Let the still...
Tonight we're hosting Paragon Studios' first ever supper club.
Is it a studio or is it gym products? I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on here.
Forget what you think gym equipment should look like. Balance becomes strength.
I'm a bit lost here, if I'm honest. Like, the equipment looks good. But is this a club? Is this... I'm confused. Paragon Studio. So is it a studio where you can buy home equipment? Okay, luxury gym equipment. I don't really know here. I'm kind of a bit confused. Now, the sustainable aspect of it, cool. But for me, I would go in on the aesthetics. And again, I don't know much about gym equipment. But you should, rather than being like, you know, sustainable gym products, maybe just go to war with traditional dumbbells. Like you could go techno gym. This is ugly. This is ugly. This is ugly. This is ugly. Our stuff isn't. Your home is a beautiful place and it shouldn't be tarnished by fitness equipment that doesn't have the aesthetic vibe that it needs. At Paragon, we go with equipment you can be proud of. Yeah, I'm just not really sure what's going on here, to be honest. And that is a slight problem, I'm afraid. Angela, let's get into it. The high-performing team strategist, enabling CEOs and directors to reclaim 1 day per week to grow their business. Okay, official. Not sure on official here, if I'm completely honest. Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Angela Hodgson and I'm sharing some very exciting news.
Energy absolutely fizzles, or it does for me. Fizzling, getting excited.
There's no hook here.
So your business is growing.
27 weeks. This looks like an old one. Oh, here we go.
Ta-da! Okay, so you might be wondering, why is Angela holding a light bulb?
Okay, for this, we need to have an audio. We need mic. We need a mic. So poor picture, which this is probably filmed on iPhone, people are more than willing to forgive. But when it comes to audio, they are not. So for instance, some of you amateurs out there might think that this is the audio in which you are listening to me to, but right now, it's not the case. What's happening here is I'm wearing wide headphones so that the audio from this doesn't disrupt your viewing pleasure. And the audio in this is actually coming from a Sennheiser MKH416. There's £500 a microphone right there, let alone the XLR cables going into the XLR or an FX3. Basically, audio is tantamount to your experience watching this right now, where I've got that crazy offer in the description. So if we do not neglect that, we are not respecting people's ears and their oral experience, not oral as in ORAL, AURAL.
I always hold lots of random things when I'm talking to my clients. But the reason for this light bulb is because...
It's taking too long to get to the point. Okay, Angela, one thing you need to work on is hooks. Things you can say in content straight away. So in the first 5 seconds, I want people to know what it is you're about to talk about and how it solves their problem. So let's go with a building curiosity hook. You've been lied to when it comes to protein bars. Straight away, anyone who kind of wants to know whether or not they've been lied to about protein bars will listen. Everyone that goes, I don't eat protein bars, will leave, but that's fine. Now, that was my hook. I now need some kind of setup. For many years, you've been told that this is a healthy snack. And I'm here today to say, well, that depends. Then we can move to something else. There was a study conducted in 2021 where participants that were on a weight loss diet, half of them were given protein bars while the other half were made to eat an apple. And then you can go into the point. But that hook, talking about you've been lied to about protein bars, you're kind of drawing in some people and pushing away others. My dad would not stay and watch a reel about protein bars, but most of the fitness industry would. So you need to go ham and go through your competitors' best performing reels. You notice there's a good hook. Row hand, sprint to distance, husband and father, runner and triathlete, certified tennis coach. Okay, if this is a page to grow your tennis business, oh, it's a little bit of everything actually.
1 hour 45.
Okay, we're going to go through the same rules here. I've never seen you before. This comes up on my feed. I'm going away quick. I feel like I've just walked in on someone doing something.
What are we doing?
I don't like these. Just talk. Just tell me. Wrong format. Don't know what's going on.
So nice, cruisy 20-minute run.
Don't care.
So this morning we've got probably...
You see that the nearly 3 seconds has surpassed and nothing has happened.
Recovery run, 30 minutes.
You're just talking about your recovery run. Hey, what I need you to do is, if you're a coach, right, and you're a good coach, is your job to help yourself or to train yourself? No. It's about training other people. And the more you get results for other people, the better your business does. So why would that be different here? As someone browsing the internet right now, I'm going to throw it out there. Unfortunately, I don't care about your tennis. I don't care about your triathlons. I don't care. I care about myself. But you, as an athlete and as an experienced coach, probably have a lot of knowledge in your brain that I could benefit from. So your job on social media is to share it with me.
Minutes. So to keep things...
What's going on here, mate? I'm just watching a stranger swim with music.
But every step forward, no.
You need to write a list of all the problems you solve with your clients, and then you should solve them on social media. Good news is you haven't wasted too much time, but and a tech entrepreneur. This page is not about you, it should be about them. That's how you're going to get business out of people. Daniel, Green Monkey Velo, custom cycling clothing for road, gravel, and tri. Okay, so we're going to pretend I'm someone that's never seen your stuff before. Bro, all this shit's like fucking 4 years old. Next. Free home energy upgrades. Experts in eco grants and EPC upgrades. I don't even know what that means, mate, to be completely honest. Cucumber eco. I don't know what any of this means. Next. Why send me that? I've not even fucking used it, bruv. Third sister RD. Is that like registered dietitian? If so, people don't know what that means. I'm just gonna throw that out there. They just don't. I've seen in Women's Health and Stylist magazine. I'd rather you said what you did or specialised in than that. That can go. You're an attractive young lady. Let's have you up here because you are the brand, not that. Also, what's your name? Because when I'm on your page, I should know what your name is. Third sister. What does that even mean? I don't know.
All day to have a lunch. So turns out I have been quoted in The Grocer.
Don't mind this. You do need a microphone.
This is how I prep my week with just...
This whispering vibe can go. I need you as an authority. If I booked you for a talk to help educate some trainers on dietetics, you wouldn't talk like this.
Loads of chopped up and roasted.
Sounds like a relaxing meditation. Unwind in your bath.
What a weekend that was. It was so incredible. Just about stuff.
Cool. Appeal to authority. You're at a speaking event or you may be in there taking it in.
So what is my conclusion from my research on the blue zones? Well,
we need to talk with a little bit more authority here. I can appreciate that it's early to content, but let me give you an example. When we started Newtonic, it with one thing in mind was the customer, and we thought, how could we... Straight away, you just don't trust people. I'm like, we made the best energy drink on the market with 5 evidence-based ingredients that you're going to feel when you take it. And I'm so sure. The way we speak, although I don't talk like that all the time, but I have to come across as an authority in training. Now, quickly here.
So what is my conclusion from my research on the...
So what is my conclusion from my research? You're talking about your conclusion, your research. Now, what I would much rather we had here was you in the hook going, you know, what are we talking about here?
Blue zones. Well...
What are blue zones? I don't know what a blue zone is. So maybe your hook could have been like, do you know about this? It's called a blue zone. And this is what blue zones do. Well, you might not know, but last week I published a study.
Firstly, there's not one magic answer, whether it's...
I'm afraid I just don't know what that means.
So for this article, I researched quite a bit around...
So if I don't follow your stuff and I land here, so imagine we show this to 100 people on the internet, 99.9% of people don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why it's not showing it to a wider audience. We need to make sure the content is ready for everyone in that audience. So let's say we go to my profile for a sec. Hopefully I don't get embarrassed here. Actually, I like this sentiment. Here, hashtags, don't do anything, literally hooks. And everyone's got these real complex fucking... This is from a live show. Every day I use this thing right here. Okay, so there you go, hook. Everything, every day right here I use this thing to put together an email that makes you think, didn't think of that before. Oh, so you know that it's going to be about email marketing. It's quite interesting. It's quite funny, actually. Then at the bottom of that, I will tell you what I'm working on. And then I start to give out the format of how I do an email marketing email. Do you recommend multiple posts per day or one good post per day enough? So there I'm using the hook as a question. Yeah, actually, there I've got the hook of the question. There's one thing you'll never see me do, and that's selling direct on social media. So every kind of reel, in the first few seconds, you kind of know what's coming and what it's going to be about. All right, let's go, Ethan. So let's do that. What I want you to do for your homework is to ensure that every single person, at least 50% of them, will understand the reel. Because if they don't, that's a problem. Personal trainer and fitness coach would love to know what the difference is. Built by bone. Gotta go, mate. Built by bone. Bone means either like a skeleton bone, or it means to knob someone. Boner. I just see built by boners. Oh, because your surname's Bone. Nah, gotta go, mate. Ethan Bone. That's your brand name. Built by Bone. Nah, whoever's idea that was, get rid of them. Built by Bone. Mate, they just want a fucking workout. They want someone to hold them accountable and teach them shit. They want someone to make sure they don't go back to their old ways. Built by Bone. Check the caption. Fuck off. I don't work for you, mate. I'm not going to watch your mate eat a fucking whatever it is and read your fucking essay here. If you want to write an essay, fuck off to Substack. This is Instagram. 71 days till spring. Cool. that, mate, just fucking make a video. If that essay you've written there, that short novel is that important, put it in a fucking video. You know, Instagram, right, is built around people using reels. Putting that shit on a paperclip, fucking bollocks, mate. You look like a gimp. No offense.
There's 3 things you need to think about when you decide on how long to rest between your sets. I always set rest periods between sets with my clients in the gym.
So there's 3 things. Fair enough. You just killed a load of time, didn't need that. With my clients in the gym, you just sound like a Bell PT. I'm sorry, mate. And what's this built by bone bullshit fucking icon up here? That's just shit that shit out. I'm sorry.
But I tell them it's always just a guide. If you don't tick these 3 boxes, you're not ready for your next set.
Mate, we're like 30 seconds in, don't know what the fuck you're going to talk about. So why couldn't you be hook bin? How long should you be resting at the gym? That's what I think you missed there.
Number 1 is a target muscle still sore. If you get off a pec deck and your chest is on fire,
you're not winning me over here, mate. Like, what does it take to alleviation of that feeling from a pec deck? What, 7 seconds? Mate, stop writing fucking essays over here. That is your biggest problem. If it's that important, make a fucking video about it. Knackered Knackers. Hate it. What is that? What is that? Knackered Knackers. Male fertility advocate. Oh, I love that. But you know what? Sean Greenaway. I think that's your business, not the brand. I reckon Sean Greenaway is the brand here, bro. Knackered Knackers. Because until I see this, I don't know what it's about. Because you've got this fertility business, cool. Be Sean Greenaway. Sperm donor recipient father. Like, Knackered Knackers can be the business. Like, Chris Williamson is Chris Williamson. He is not the brand. He is the brand. Now, all right, if you're a male fertility advocate, I hope to see some content soon. Supplementation, protocols. We're going to talk about folate, CoQ10, vitamin E, DHA, EPA. What else we got in there? Let's have a look. Is this a fucking novel or is this a reel?
Paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my card.
It's all right, it's too much text there for my liking. I don't like these type of reels.
Time you were really taught about being infertile was when it had an actual effect on you. Up until that point, literally nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Sorry, that's just blown my mind because I genuinely didn't know that was even a thing.
Certainly my generation as a millennial, I'd like to hope it's changed a bit now, but back then it was all about how not to get pregnant.
I do like this. This is the stuff I want to see. This is the stuff I want to see. And like, you should be starting videos going, I became a father through sperm donation. This is something to consider. I would love you to start content talking about the facts. I'm making this up. 15% of men over 30 will never be able to have kids. This is why. Have you ever considered that you're infertile? Because saying that to a group of people, men aren't having kids till their 30s. We need to go in on that. This has performed the best because it's gone in on that.
It's 50% down to the men. And I know it sounds obvious because we are half the equation, but...
Make this real again, please. You've got an obligation here. There are millions of men who think they're fertile, don't respect their fertility, think that it's all down to the women. I need you to bring that to the forefront and even get in people's faces a bit and be like, you could be infertile. Let me tell you why. Because at 34, I thought I'd be able to have kids and I couldn't. This is why. Big up on that as a subject though. Very, very important. Let's get through these last ones. Fast fire. Mate, one post. No chance. There's a common theme here. Some people just never get off the mark. Mitch moves, mobility strength coach. Movement, structure, confidence, built from anywhere. Start here. It's not a bad call to action. Well, let's get into it.
If these are done correctly, you will absolutely get a chin up. First up, feet assisted. So we're going to get the rings to touch our chest, making sure that we squeeze the shoulders back and down. Imagine a credit card squeezed between the shoulders.
Quite like that.
You're doing banded chin-ups, you're not building the strength you need. Worse, if you're just having a crack thinking you...
Like it.
If you're someone who has to always do a little jump to help you with your chin-ups, or when you're in this position, just feels like nothing can happen, start here with active passive hanging. We're going to start in a passive.
Like this.
In this series, I'm going to show you the chin-up path from complete...
Don't do series, just do standalone pieces of content. Because when you say series, if I've not seen other ones, I'm gone.
You've been doing pistol squats, like, to be able to do a full range pistol...
Okay, so one thing I'd love you to do is, rather than having pistol squat season and chin-up season and all that, alternate it through buckets. Go, like upper, lower, strength, flexibility. Upper, lower, strength, flexibility. Let's get some variation to that. I think that'd be good. Okay, redefine coaching. I like what you've done there. Good display pic. This is a bit cheesy and corny. It looks like every other fucking coach in your niche. And that fat loss coach. I help women who've tried everything except this. Drop 5 to 10 kilograms of belly fat. Are you finally ready to see results? Apply for them. This is... Oh, it looks quite nice. I'll give you that. Looks quite nice. I'll give you that. Give you that. Pretty good. I'd just rather this was just a bit more chilled. Like, I help women get in better shape. I just want to be spoken to. Have you got a personality? That's what I want to know. Because if I'm hiring you as a coach, I want you to be cool. I want you to have a personality. And I cannot get any of your personality across from this. I can see you got a rig and a fantastic, well-developed set of derrieres. Beautiful young lady with an incredible rig. But don't you think it's an issue? There's been 17 weeks worth of content. I don't even know if you're Australian or if you're English. I don't know if you're American or Canadian. I don't know anything about you. Talk to camera. Get your personality across. Like, have you ever noticed that all these fucking women killing it in business all have personal brands where they talk to camera? Like, I'm pretty sure I caught Tay watching like some Molly May shit on YouTube the other day. Molly May just doing vlogs, girls loving her, loving it. You go, queen. As much as I admire the fantastic physique, I want to get to know who Ree is. I want to know something about your personality. I want some banter, some idiosyncrasies. Have you got banter? Because don't get me wrong, you got the skills, you got the physique, you've done the hard part, right? You're a fox. But now just do the easy part. Help me know you. Let's have a look at your website quick. Oh, you check her website because she's good looking and got good shape. No, it's because her socials are pretty good. Get started. Okay. Not bad, that. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll give you that. Again, could do with a bit of VSL. I want to know if you've got any personality. Can't wait to be in the doghouse for Tay for saying another bird was fit. I'm getting to the age now. I said this to Tay the other day. I was like, I can't even appreciate beauty anymore, especially now I'm getting old. Now I'm 36. If I see like a good looking 22-year-old, obviously I'm just thinking, in my head, I'm thinking good work, well done, great parents, good genetics. But if they're 22 and I'm 36, they're 14 years younger. I can't be admiring people 14 years younger. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here, mate. Sorry, moving on. Dan, here we go. Dan King, Coach Dan King. 1,000 posts, 2,000 followers. You're doing the reps, mate. That's what I like to see. Helping you lose weight so easy it falls off. Helping you lose weight, I think, could be a better punchline there. Okay, let's have a look.
And we break it down into a 1-year goal. And this is where it can get a bit scary.
What's going on here, man? Am I watching a podcast or is this piece of content?
Because now you're thinking, oh shit, my goals are like ridiculous. How am I going to achieve them?
I feel like I've just turned up to a podcast with some terrible music in the background.
Because if you're a ship in a fucking ocean and you're going the wrong direction, you know.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Is this podcast a piece of content?
If you are genuinely someone that loves fast food and like is a big foodie,
Mate, I'm not going to lie. People cringe to this stuff online. They really do.
You're probably as sick as I am of hearing these 3 words.
Loves fast food.
Even
because if you're a ship in a fucking ocean and you're going...
If you are genuinely someone...
You're probably as sick as
I don't know. Okay, Karen.
I am of hearing these 3 words, and that's January Fitness Challenge, because it seems like every coach and their dog...
I wouldn't sell or promote your challenge here, mate. That should be done to your email marketing list, which reminds me, I've got to do that. Honestly.
People are always giving themselves a reason. I will be careful what I say with that whole quick fix thing.
So I don't really like this vibe here, right? You're sat back. You're not really engaged. Your legs are crossed. You've got quite a defensive posture, maybe self-insecure. Hiding your eyes from the camera with your hat. This just ain't it, mate.
Yogs the shit out.
Mate, the next Bradley Martin, but...
People are never going to feel ready, but it's always when you...
This stock B-roll shit. It's not working.
Ready, but it's always...
And hashtags don't do anything.
Here's your friendly reminder that you need to chill your chestnuts when it comes to losing those post-Christmas kilos that I know you're so desperate to lose, because you can do the Looking to hire a personal trainer in the new year? Here are 3 green flags to look for.
Not sure on the outfit here
to avoid getting scammed from someone who's been a personal trainer in the industry.
Who are you talking to?
If you're thinking about starting in the gym in the new...
I read this...
There's no hooks here.
Here are the 3 most toxic foods you can be eating over...
I think what we...
Have you ever heard the saying that 5k steps keeps the doctor away?
You will...
Would you describe a PT...
Oh, you're going to think I'm mad here, but... The camera's got to come up. You're talking down to me. That's a problem. The glasses may have to go. Just gives you a bit of a nerdy vibe. And I'm saying this from a place of love. I wear glasses, but I don't wear them in content because as a personal trainer, I don't know what it is. You're supposed to come across as like fitness. People don't really wear glasses when they train. So I think it's a bit of a...
How seriously do I actually take my job?
Just stop talking about yourself as a personal trainer. Start solving some problems. Like, you've not really solved any problems for me so far. There's not one of your videos where I've gone, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't think of that before. Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know who needs a virtual slap around the face, but your progress in the gym is not...
It's very bland. All right, let me show you someone. Let's go Ben Yanes. Ben Yanes is a fucking weapon because all of his videos are really fucking interesting. Let's have a look.
Most people get the lower trap really wrong.
Great hook.
Don't do that, okay? I saw a video the other day of someone saying, this is what you want to do. Keep your core straight, tight. That's your glutes. Think about it. Whoop-ah! Squeeze a little at the top. We're flat. We're a table.
So which of these 2 methods should you actually do? The scooping method like this, or the hinging method where your torso and your legs move like this? When you keep your upper body pinned in one position, and you do this thing that kind of looks like a twerk, you will be moving through a combination of spine motion and hip motion. So when you arch on the way down, your hip bends, and when you curl your butt underneath of you at the top, your hip extends, your hip straightens like this. So the scoop is spine plus hip motion. Whereas when you allow your trunk to move down and up like this, what you're doing is you're keeping keeping everything from here to here pretty much fixed, and you're just isolating the hip motion. So when you go down like this and up like this, pretty much all of this motion just comes from the hip.
Look at that, like that's one video. He's reacted to one video. He's recorded that in one take, probably took him a few minutes. I'm learning, you're learning, everyone's learning. Fucking 17,000 people here, click double like. Like, Ben Yanes is the master of fucking delivering good information, bro. That's why his views are like fucking million fucking views on shit. So like when we watch that, we go, right, Ben Yanes is fucking cooking. He is, you know, he's educating people out there feeling validated, educated, inspired, fucking, you know, getting rid of misinformation. If you need the Ben Yanes effect in your content, none of your videos that I went back and looked at have that effect. So people can watch one of his videos and be different for life. Someone out there doing a scoop hip thrust no longer does a scoop hip thrust from one fucking reel. That is the level of content you should all aspire to put out, and nothing short of that. If you're not changing lives with your videos, which Ben Yanes is doing, then what's the point? And the reason that his business will do well, the reason that his program will sell, is because he set out with that video to change someone's fucking life with one reel. And that is the benchmark you need to survive. If you want to join my paid program and get this on a professional level, there's a link in the description to an offer that is far too cheap that I'm taking offline in the next few days. If you want to get roasted, there's also a link beneath there, and YouTube recommends that you should watch this video. Thank you very much for watching.